Hey everyone, welcome back to Code of the Road. Today we're diving into Unreal Engine 5 C++ game framework. I'll be showing you how to make a game mode. So in your C++ folder or in your C++ project, I'm just going to right click into my Intro to C++ project. I'm going to right click in the content and create a new C++ class. And now I'll scroll down until I see game mode base. And I'll call this something like my game mode. And now when I hit create class, it'll open my Visual Studio. And now you'll see that it opens mygamemode.h, which is our header file, and mygamemode.cpp, which is our C++ file. So under my generated body, while I'm still in the class, I just want to add a public, and then also do a myGameMode, and then open and close parentheses, and a semicolon. And then I'll create a couple spaces and do protected. And under this, I'll do a virtual void begin play and override. Just like this. So let's go over what we did. So the public is an access specifier. Members declared under public are accessible from any other code. That means that functions and variables declared as public can be accessed and used by any other part of your program in the context of a myGameMode class. So this is the constructor for the a myGameMode class. A constructor is a special function that's called when an instance of the class is created. This constructor will initialize any member variables and set up the class when it's instantiated. Protected, kind of like how we set up public here, protected is another access specifier, and members declared under protected are accessible within the class itself by derived classes. So classes that inherit from this class, but not by any other code in the context of a myGameMode class. This virtual is a keyword that indicates that the function can be overridden in a derived class. It allows the function to be dynamically dispatched. The void begin play is a declaration. It's a function declaration. Begin play is a function provided by Unreal Engine that's called when the game starts or when the actors spawned. And override is the keyword that indicates that this function is intended to be override a virtual function in a base class. It ensures that the function signature matches that of the base class. So in summary, protected virtual void begin play override means that begin play is a function that can be overridden by derived classes and is called when the game starts or when the actor is spawned. So now that we got that out of the way, I'll head over to my C++ file. And now I already have this include mygamemode.h, but I also want to include a couple other things. So I want to add an include uObject slash constructor helpers.h and an include game framework slash actor.h. So the uObject slash constructors helpers, this include statements brings in constructor helpers class, which provides utilities to find and load assets such as classes, blueprints, and other objects during the game's runtime. Including the game framework slash actor.h brings in the actor class, which is the base class for all actors in Unreal Engine. This isn't strictly necessary for the game mode class, but it's often included when dealing with actors. So now I want to create a constructor. So I'm going to do a myGameMode a myGameMode, and then in open brackets. Now we want to set our default pawn class to our blueprinted character. So I'm going to type in static constructors helpers, which is from here, f class finder a pawn, player pawn class finder, text, and then in quotes, I want to do slash game slash blueprint slash my character. And then I'll add a semicolon at the end of this. And now I would just want to do a default pawn class is equal to player pawn class finder dot class. So for the default pawn class equals to player pawn class finder dot class. If the class is found at the specified path, then player pawn class finder dot class will hold the reference to it. And this line sets the default pawn class to the found class, meaning this pawn will be used as a default player when the game starts. And the whole static constructor helpers, blah, blah, blah. So all this whole line does is, so it uses constructors helpers f at class finder utility to find a blueprint class at the specified path. And this path is relative to the content folder in your Unreal Engine project. The f class finder template parameter is a pawn, meaning it expects to find a class derived from a pawn. So now I'm going to start this function. So I'll do void a myGameMode begin play. So we're calling the begin play function here. And basically when the begin plays, I want to do a super begin play with a semicolon. And this line calls the begin play function of the base class a GameMode base. And it's important to call the base class version of the function to ensure any initialization done there is not skipped. And basically when this is called, I'm just going to do a simple UE log temp, a warning, and a text that says game mode has started, and end quote, and put a semicolon at the end, and I'll save. And now after compiling, I'll go back to my Unreal. Now after compiling, I'll go back to my Unreal editor and I'll hit window and make sure that world settings is checked. And now when I go to world settings, I'm just going to set that game mode under game mode override. So I'll drag this. My game mode that I created over here. And I don't need to save the level because I'm just going to, yeah. And now when I hit play, it looks like nothing's happening here, but when the output log, it'll say game mode has started as the log temp warning that we created in our C++ over here. And yeah, that's a pretty quick tutorial on how to create a game mode using C++. Thanks for watching Code of the Row. Like, subscribe, comment below what you want to see next. My Discord and Patreon link is in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.